Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Evoland 2. In the previous episode we met with the, in my opinion, rather creepy Granny BB, who gave us some new potions. We also headed to Mayan Bridge to discover that in the last 100 years, nobody's found a way to remove the boulder from it. And heard that there was a guy in the Haunted Forest who could help us out with that. Turns out that guy was Jatai who attacked us, but then after we laid smackdown on him, he agreed to help us by giving us mana that we could use to empower Menos. And seeing as how no one in the forest can help us, well, there's only one other person we can turn to. Annie BB. I mean, look at that. She's sitting on an orb of mana. Oh, what a fine young man you are. What can I do for you, darling? Well, first things first. May as well restock on the green potion that we used up. Now we can wake an ally. Do you know what you're asking me, my little peach cobbler? First, I can only proceed with the awakening if you bring me enough mana. Mana's that life energy, extremely rare stuff. And even then, if the awoken individual isn't ready to accept the awakening, they'll die. Yeah, well, we don't have a lot of options. Plus, we're characters. We're, well, main characters. We have plot armor. Oh, wonderful. You dug up some mana. Let's start off with this beefy one. He'll make an ideal test subject. Yep, don't have a choice. It automatically goes to Menos. Of course, if it went to anyone else, we wouldn't be able to get past Mayan Bridge, so it's probably for the best. Upgrading powers. Menos power has reached level 2. You can focus longer to unleash a more powerful attack. However, what they don't tell you is that unleashing a more powerful attack also increases the time it takes for mana to focus to recharge. What can I do for you, darling? Nothing. I'm fully stocked on potions, I have no other mana yet. So all we can do is head off to Mayan Bridge, and finally, after 100 years, clear that boulder. Oh, hey, look, the squirrels are back. Huh, don't think I've ever actually seen them before. At least not in 3D. Whoa, whoa, what just happened? Freezing up. Okay, that was weird. No one's ever been able to remove it. Then again, since the war ended... Seriously, you got nothing to say about the fact that I just blew up the boulder. Alright, nothing else on this side except for some monsters, so let's just keep going. What is this? Kuro! Look! Look at that! Wow, that is one big crater. What happened here? I'm willing to bet some massive explosion went off? Where's my village? Probably among some of those dusty remains. Probably, right near that one stalagmite. My parents! Again, probably part of that dusty miasma. My friends! See previous answer. Everything's gone! I had my suspicions, but now I'm sure of it. This isn't our time period. No shit, Sherlock. We have to find out what happened. Let's try Genova. Somebody there should be able to tell us. Well, Genova's certainly changed. Let's see what these guys have to say. You are now entering the great trade capital, Genova. Be sure not to make any trouble, and we'll ensure your safety. Okay, they got nothing to say. Now, technically, we're supposed to be heading for here, but there's some other things I want to do first to save us some time. Now, we need knowledge on what's happened. Well, there's only one place that I know of where we could get knowledge. The library! Look, Kuro, the Imperial Library! I'm not sure what it's like now, but in my day it was known for its many documents. I bet if we go there, we'll find out plenty about this time period. They're also likely to have something on the location of the Magicaliths. We'll have to find another one to get back home, seeing as the one that got us here was destroyed. But Magicaliths are quite rare, and even if we were to find one, how would we activate it? Not to mention, it could end up taking us to an entirely new era. Menos, stop being so defeatist. What else can we do besides try? Nothing we can do will change anything. My people, my son, all of them, dead. Ah! Kuro, I think Menos is going to need some time to adjust. Let's try finding information as fast as we can. Agreed. Let us go in and soak in the knowledge. Well, shit. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to take a look around elsewhere. Eesh, what happened to him? Huh? What? By lying stretched out on the ground, I can commune with the Great Destroyer. The Great Destroyer is omnipotent. He will destroy the world in order to rebuild it. Do you think he can hear me? Okay. And here we have our Elizabeth reference from BioShock Infinite. I believe if you talk to any woman who's dressed like this, you get an achievement. Bring us the girl, or something along that lines. Yeah, bring us the girl and wipe away the debt. Sure, the great disaster flattened a whole part of the continent, but that's also where we get smug from. As they say, all's well that ends well, right? Hehehe. Well, except for all the victims of the great disaster, of course. But then, apparently, they didn't suffer at all. Boom! Gone in an instant. I mean, I don't know much about it, eh? I wasn't born yet. Right. Well, before we go searching for a means of opening that door, let's take a look around and take care of a few things. For example, this right here. You there! It's your lucky day! You just won this gem of a home! Claiming it is so simple a child could do it. A child with 10,000 G, that is. My modest purchase fee. So, what do you say? No. Listen, I like the cut of your jib, so I'm gonna go out of my way to offer you a reduced price. 5,000 G is my final offer. So, what do you say? No. You drive a hard bargain. Okay, 500 G in cash up front. This is the lowest he's gonna go, and we're gonna need this house later in the game. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm most delighted to I mean to sell you this charming abode. Enjoy your new home. You got the key to your house. Might be a good idea to invest in a keychain, huh? Yeah, well, we're not going into this house yet. Now then, there is one other place we need to go. Not the inn, not yet. Ah, the shop. There is some gear for us to buy here, but... how do we... there we go. First things first. We get some awesome red goo. Now, let's see. How much cash do we have? If it would let me check. There we go. 468. Now, let's see if they've got any gear for us to buy. Hello there. We have lots of high-quality equipment for sale. All forged with the power of smug. Take your pick. Let's see. I already got some bronze armor. We don't have a belt or boots yet, so may as well take that. Buy a smug belt for 100 G? Sure. You don't want to tighten this one too much. And let's get some smug boots. No more smelly feet. Now they just smell like smug. Something tells me I'm going to be really glad we don't have Smell-o-vision, I guess. Okay, now that we've gotten that minor stuff taken care of, we need to head, right over here. Saku, let's double-check everything first. Mimi, did you get the key? Yep, Saku. I got it. Brilliant. How about you, Ribbon? Do you have the map? Yeah, boss. I've got the map. Awesome! I hereby declare Operation No Toys But Plenty of Books has begun. Saku, I think we should come up with a better name for our operation. I think so too. How about we call it Operation Super Mimi? Ugh, no! Mimi, it's not just your operation, it's all of ours. And so, might I suggest, Operation Saku and her friends? No way! Why should there only be your name in our operation? Maybe because it was my idea in the first place? Well, I'm the one who stole my dad's key. If I get caught, I won't get dessert for at least 3 days. Which means I'm the one taking the biggest risk here. Stop arguing, you two. I just want to read the books that are hidden in the library. It's so boring without any toys. So why not call it our Operation Books for Ribbon? No! Boo-hoo-hoo! You guys are so mean to me. I'm gonna cry. Ribbon. Come on now, don't throw a fit. Hey now, how about we go back to our HQ to choose the name? Good idea, Mimi. Alright everyone, return to HQ. Hey! Wait for me, you guys! And their HQ just so happens to be the backyard of the inn. Didn't mean to talk to her. That? No, it's nothing. It's empty. Sure it is. Huh? Who are you? What are you doing in our HQ? Let's see. You could say all these things, they won't get you any progress. Just say, I want to help you. Oh, really? Hear that, Mimi? He wants to help us. But help us with what exactly? Good point. Help us with what? I was just about to ask that. So, you want to help us do what exactly? Steal books? Steal books? Seriously? Are you nuts? You working for the Prophet's Secret Service or something? Do you really think we'll admit to something like that? Forget about it. You're too green to try and nab us. Okay. And despite them now thinking I'm with some sort of Secret Service, they'll still say, you know what? I like people who are direct, who know what they want. So, say you find this key of yours, like maybe in a safe, or a chest or something, and maybe you use it to get into the library. And in the library, you say you find, oh, I don't know, a book in this purely hypothetical situation. In this purely hypothetical scenario, would you bring it to us? Of course. You promise? Yes. Cross your heart and hope to die? Yes. Like, do you promise on your life? Yes. Well, I think we'll get along just fine. Keep your promise, and you'll have nothing to worry about. Finally, the key to the library. It opens the gateway to knowledge. And maybe new problems, too. Well, that in tow, let's head to the library. Ah, here we are. Well, may as well talk to the old man, probably in charge. Welcome to the Genova Library. I suppose you're the new students? Sure. I am the Dean of the Genova Library. We researchers devote our lives to extremely important matters. For example, finding out why it itches when one is bitten by a mosquito. Oh, we're not concerned with finding a cure or some such nonsense. Then what's the point? Knowing why it itches is clearly more interesting. By the by, I will discuss my own research when time permits. I'm an expert in the study of the ancient Magi civilization, specifically the legends surrounding their use of strange powers in late antiquity. But before I can tell you all about that, you'll need to complete your studies. It's just that, look, Professor, we're in quite a hurry and... Quiet! Man, old dude does not take anything from anyone. You are students, and in the library you must submit to your professor's authority. Unless you do not wish to learn anything, in which case, get out! Please, forgive student Menos, Mr. Dean, sir. We'd be delighted to follow your lessons. In particular, the ones about the megaliths. Right, Menos? Yes. Well then, if you're determined, let us begin. You must receive credit for 6 core disciplines, courses in various fields. To do so, you need only speak to my researcher colleagues in the library. Each of them will submit a problem allowing you to get credit for a particular subject. You can choose your own curriculum. You're under no obligation to do all of them, but I may have a little reward if you complete all 8. Did you get all that? Yep. Splendid. Have fun studying then. Come back when you are all done. But no sooner than that. I simply hate being disturbed. He reminds me of my old professor. I've always loved studying. It's fun. Yeah, we got 6 puzzles we need to complete. He seems to know much about the Magi. He will certainly have much to tell us about the megaliths. Yeah, there are 6 puzzles we have to complete, but there are an extra 2 for us to do. Are you the new pupil? I've dug up a strange relic with a mechanism I can't get a handle on. Do you have a few minutes to spare? Sure. You're too kind. Here, this strange item was found in some ancient Hyrulean ruins. Okay, now they're not even being subtle about it. There is no lock on it, save for this bizarre keyboard set with symbols. You would do me great service by opening it. Mysterious relic. This chest will open after the 16 buttons are pressed in the right order. The gold button must be triggered last. Which button must be pressed first to unlock the mechanism? So, basically, the way this puzzle works is that when you press this button, or A button, it will move 1 space in the direction it is pointing and push the next button. Or, in the case of this button, it will move down 2 spaces, press this button to activate, and then move 2 spaces. You have to find the right button to press that will activate all the buttons and hit the gold one last. Honestly, the best way to go about this, because the guide I'm using doesn't actually give me the answer, is to start at the gold button, find whichever button it is that goes up to the gold button, and work your way backwards from there. I'm gonna be at this for a while, so I'm gonna pause the video and get back to you when I have the answer. Okay, I think I've got it, and now that I look at the picture, which I was actually reading wrong, due to the way that the arrow was pointing, it actually did contain the answer, and it is this one. Oh, thank you dearly. That was not so difficult after all. Now, I'll grant you your archaeology credit. Okay, then. Let's head off to the left, then, and talk to this professor. Greetings, young man. Researcher attached to the militia, at your service. Speaking of service, how about you do me one? Sure, why not? Perfect. The Council of Traders has tasked me with implementing a new patrol system for the militia. I've made sure to follow all their instructions, but I'm convinced there's a flaw somewhere. Wait, let me show you. Number 5, Patrol. After leaving the guard room X, each patrol must reach one of the 7 watchtowers. Patrol may go down any path, but must stop at the 6th tower it encounters. Also, it can never use the same path twice. If this is always the procedure, one of the towers will never have a garrison. Which one? That's easy. Tower E. I honestly have no idea how I figured out. I'm just using the guide to tell me. Ah, yes, of course. I'm in your debt now, so if you ever have a problem, come by and see me. Well, I'm off to start drafting my report to the council. You fully deserve this credit for military operations. Here's another person. Sorry, no time to chat. Too much to do. Unless you are prepared to lend me a hand. If it gets me a credit, I don't see why not. So, here's the thing. Every 500 years, 2 comets meet in the heavens. Books on the subject indicate that the next occurrence is this very night. I wouldn't miss this for the world, but unfortunately I cannot figure out what part of the sky they'll be visible in. Here, look on this map. Stellar encounters. When the 2 comets arrive, they will cross the map only diagonally. They will not intersect any star present, either before or after they meet. In which square will they meet? Well, let's see. This is all about just finding the right diagonal. Well, right 2 diagonals, in which case is this one. Just find the lines where where there are no stars in their way, and try to find where they intersect. Of course, how could I miss that? Thank you for your help. Now to award you with credits in astronomy. Oh, hey, man. Are you by any chance the stand-in engineer they sent to help me out? Sure, why not? Sure took your time, didn't you? Here's what's up. We gotta replace the town's old piping network. I'm trying like crazy to come up with the best outline for connecting all the junctions, but it's a real brain teaser. Go on, take this map and get working. Piping. You must connect points A and B with a network of pipes. The junctions, in green, cannot be moved, but must be connected to the final network. Move pipes to create a single network that goes through every area of the map. Now let's see, start by taking this pipe and putting it here. That pipe is just fine where it is. Take this pipe, move it here. That one's good. Gonna need another straight one down this way. That one is fine. That one goes there. This one goes here. That one goes this way. This one goes this way. The horizontal going this way. This way and this way. And there we go. Ah, perfect. I was afraid it'd take all day. Thanks, man. Just gotta hand the plans over to my assistant when he gets back. Whenever that is. You definitely earned your civil engineering credits. If only it was this easy to earn credits in an actual education. I don't want to call this a college, but actually that's pretty much what it seems like. So yeah, this easy to earn credits in a college. Hello, my friendsa. It's a wee pleasure that I explain to you Classica painting. I can't help but feel that that was just very racist. You want to learning? Sure, why not? Thank you, my friends. Painting a Classica. To complete the painting, move the color so that no color appears twice on the same line or color. So eventually color Sudoku. The colors marked with a dot cannot be moved. Okay, these two are just fine, as is the last one. Move this blue over here. Move this green over here. Other than that, the rest of the line is fine. Move this red over here. Move this purple over here, and that should do it. Bravissimo! You are deserving the credits of painting a Classica. Okay, talk to this guy for the next puzzle. You're a student? You'll see. Optics is as simple as ABC. I'll award you a credit if you manage to solve a very basic problem. I mean, a 3-year-old could do this. If you say so, you'll see. It's terribly easy. Optical options. A beam leaves source A and must end up in main conduit B. Move the mirrors to direct the beam to point B while activating all 6 crystals. Well, first things first, take this mirror, move it over here. Then we have to take one of these mirrors, put it here. Take another one, put it here. Move this one here, and then this one here. Oh, you figured it out? Why are you sounding so surprised? I mean, you said a 3-year-old could do it. Well, you've earned credits for the optics class. And look at this, a reference to Chrono Trigger, one of my favorite games of all time. One of the Moo. And a piranha plant in the corner. Okay, next challenge. The library holds so many books it all must be sorted meticulously. I am in charge of the archives, but because such a collection can't be perfectly sorted, I bear the title of an archivist. It's a little joke dating back to the Imperial era. At any rate, I have a tidying-related conundrum that has me at my wit's end. I haven't slept for 3 nights now. Would you like to give it a try? Why not? Alright, let's do this. The obsessive sort. One of the books in the library isn't in its place. Can you spot which one? Basically, you just have to look at the pattern. For example, all the books on this top row have 1 slim line, 1 fat, then 3 slim. Same thing, 2 slim, 1 fat, 2 slim. And most of the books here seem to have 3 slim, 1 fat, 1 slim, except for this one. Indeed, the label on this book is framed by 2 horizontal stripes at the top and bottom. It should be on the 2nd shelf. To think that I hadn't noticed it. Seriously, these guys are students, or professors. Thanks for your help. You've earned your credit in archival studies. I mean, I get it, most of them are just giving us puzzles, but some of them are people who can't figure out puzzles that we did in pretty much an instant. Oh, dear me, we have this book in triplicate. Here, take it. We're short on space anyway. Really? Because it doesn't look like that to me. Hell, you've got several books that are just sitting open on the shelves. But whatever. Well, we got a book to give back to the girls, but that's for a later time. Hello there. I am the new cryptographer for the Council of Traders. They requested that I devise a new encryption system to secure trade. I've finally developed a system that's uncrackable. Would you like to put it to the test? Sure. Terrific. If you manage to bypass my system, I will award you credit for cryptography. Cipher. Out of the 4 symbols, which one completes the series of symbols below? I have no idea which one it is just from looking at it, so I'll just tell you what the next one is. It's this one. I honestly have no idea how to figure that one out. What? You found it? Now I have to start again from square one. Leave me. Oh yes, you have your credits. That was a weird phrasing right there. We're out of time, but I'd like to just finish things off in Genova before we end off. So, are your studies progressing well? Well, congratulations! You finished all your courses. This calls for an extra reward. Here you go. Yep, all that work and we get a star. Oh well. Alright, now on to my teaching. What would you like to know? The Magi. The Magi are a people, or rather a civilization, that peaked more than 2,500 years ago, while the world was largely underwater. According to the legend, they possessed magical powers beyond anything else in history. Some even say they could manipulate time itself. But these are most likely the exaggerated explanations of contemporaneous peoples to account for strange phenomena after the fact. Nevertheless, after dominating the era in which they lived, they completely vanished 2,000 years ago. All they left behind were a few ruins and many unsolved mysteries. What would you like to know? The megaliths. What are commonly called megaliths are in fact the most famous relics of the Magi civilization. While somewhat rare, they are evenly spread throughout various continents. It is not precisely known what purpose they served. Deciphered writings refer to a road or a path, but where does it lead? Incidentally, it was while searching for a megalith that my former professor, also a great expert on the Magi, met her end. Quite a sad story, really. What would you like to know? I may as well go through all of these. The disappearance of the Magi. Surely it's the greatest riddle ever put forth. Why would a civilization as powerful as the Magi vanish from the face of the earth 2,000 years ago? And without a trace, or practically none? Even after years of research, I must admit, I haven't the foggiest idea. What would you like to know? Your professor? My old professor was a leading Magi expert. Her entire life was devoted to figuring out why they had disappeared. I recall she was particularly interested in the megaliths. She thought the stones contained a power that, once triggered, would enable her to learn more about the Magi. She'd discovered a megalith that she believed she could activate with the Stone of Time. Sadly, she was captured by the pirates that lived on the island at the time. No one ever found a trace of her. That was on Magi Isle, the one people now call the Cursed Isle. What would you like to know? The Stone of Time? The Stone of Time is quite the legend in itself. It has some connection with the megaliths, but I'm pretty sure you mean I do not know more than that. The item predates the Magi by many years, so long ago in fact that no one remembers when or why it was created. I'm not even sure if the stone really exists. The only direct reference I was able to identify in the archives of the Demonian royal family, which I was lucky enough to visit, Stone of Time is evidently a large round stone, black with an eye engraved in its center. Interestingly, the eye resembles that used by the Prophet. A bizarre coincidence if you ask me, but I am hardly concerned with the outside world. What would you like to know? Magi Isle? Magi Isle is located far to the east. It can only be reached by boat from Sierra Harbor. Its name comes from the Magi ruins around there. Pirates made it their home, only to be mysteriously driven out later. Whatever the case may be, fishermen still refuse to set foot there. They believe the island is cursed, and so has its name become Cursed Island. Yeah, Cursed Isle. Yeah, this is making my throat sore. Okay, no more voice for this guy. Quite the ghost story, as if they even existed. To get to Magi Isle, you'll need a boat. Keep in mind that only a member of the Council of Traders can provide you with a pass of safe conduct. What would you like to know? Nothing at all. Now, I know we're over our time limit already, but I just want to end off what we're going to do in Genova, for now at least, by delivering that book to the girls, as I promised. Alright, girls, here you are, as promised, a book. Oh, you brought us a book? Let's see here. 50 drinking games. You'd give this to some innocent girls? Then again, it'll come in handy when we're older. You basically kept your promise. So, here, this is for you. So, before we head off and try and get a boat to go to Magi Isle, we should probably try and check out this Stone of Time thing. After all, it seems like we're gonna need it. And I know exactly where it is that we have to go to find it. After all, I have played this game before. But with that, guys, I'm going to end this episode off here for today. If you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, and I will see you guys in the next episode.